Let's have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines today, breach of MOU causes panic among Arua Taxi Park tenants. Armed robber netted live in action in Arua City. And Nebi Anglican Diocese eulogizes the late Jersom Oponjuru. This and more in the NILECAST News Bulletin. Another good day to you, viewer, and you're most welcome to the NILECAST on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the day. Failure by tenants in Arua City Taxi Park to comply with the terms and conditions enshrined in the Memorandum of Understanding that they signed with the Arua City Council has sparked panic among the tenants battling with the authority as a review has been made. Frederick Jamadri reports.
Tenants in Arua Taxi Park are up in arms with the Arua City Authority over the breach of agreed terms enclosed in the Memorandum of Understanding after the original occupants decided to sublet spaces. Arua City Modern Taxi Park, constructed to accommodate 72 vehicles and 142 vendors to the tune of 28 billion Ugandan shillings, was to control street vending, among others. According to the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the Municipal Council by 10 and the tenants effective 1st of June 2021, updated to 2023, none of the tenants are expected to sublet the premises that are already allocated to them, among other clauses, but the tenants, to the contrary, decided to sublet their premises.
The ones who are giving them those rooms were overcharging them. So that's how the whole confusion came. And according to my understanding, there is another problem between the city and the division. They have their problems of how this money is supposed to be paid. So the whole thing now, they knew all people want their money and it's such that they can go and pay to the city. So these new people have refused. They said they did elect. So they are paying their money direct to the bank. That's how the confusion came. And other old people said now they wanted their rooms back. This one said that is a government room, so they cannot leave that room. So the lower rooms, these old ones we are giving them 700 and then they pay to the city 350. The difference, they are getting different. Others, upper ones 150, they were giving others, we are giving to the city 250. They are just getting difference of 150 like that.
For those who don't comply paying city council, they might stand a risk of losing the lockups. But like there's nothing like overpayment. If you're a business person and if it's an overpayment for you, you complain.
In the due course of handling the matter by Arua City Council Conflict Resolution Committee, chaired by the senior legal officer Samuel Ontoma, the tenants failed to reconcile with the committee, whereas the tenants who were sublet premises have accused the original tenants who had MOUs with the Arua Municipal Council in 2021 of extortion, double payments, and acting as commission agents. Idi Yassin is the chairperson of Arua Taxi Park New Traders Union, the body that is representing the sublettees of these premises.
Advantage, we have paid money more than what they have been paying. So where does the faith of government lie? In our hands or in the hands of those blockers? Because they are currently they are middle people. They cannot be called a landlord. You can't have two landlords in the same room. That MOU is not supposed to be signed. The first MOU was signed, even I signed personally myself also. It was signed by the Solicitor General. If you take this MOU, it is not signed by Solicitor General. What does the Act of the Market, which was approved by the President recently, say? And then, what does that MOU read? In the MOU, when you are giving room to another person, you are supposed to have a written agreement with the current person you are giving the room through the support of the council. But is there any written document? We don't have.
On the other hand, The town clerk of Oro Central Division, Drakuma Malik, noted that majority of the tenants have breached the Memorandum of Understanding, whereas the Central Division Council is focusing on reviewing all the MOUs in order to reach a logical conclusion.
Yes, there were challenges, there were weaknesses on our side. There are also weaknesses on the sides of tenants, let me say. Because when we looked at the MOU, it discouraged sovereignty.
Meanwhile, Paul Batanta, Arua City Town Clerk, is optimistic that the matter shall come to pass once their meetings are successful.
The tenants paying to the landlords, then the tenants paying to the cities. Double payment. We shall have a meeting, we shall resolve that. I can't give an answer right now, but it will be resolved. First of all, who gave them permission to pay twice? How do you pay twice? You see, that's the issue. Because now we shall find out which authority gave them to pay twice. Why do you pay twice? If you're supposed to pay rent for the month of July, it's 300. Or whatever, it is 700. You pay 700. Then again, you go and pay the same month. You pay 700. There is a problem. But we shall...
Arua Taxi Park has continued to experience poor lighting systems, insecurity among others, largely attributed to failure by tenants to pay promptly and irregularities in revenue collections between the City Council and the Arua Central Division Council. Frederick Tamadri, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
And more in our stories, member representatives from the 18 SACCO groups from the West Nile sub-region this week received a 2-day training on how to put the M-Yoga funds to better use. This was during the workshop organized by Microfinance Support Center in Arua City. Osuta Yusuf and Farish Majid report.
The Microfinance Support Center team, led by Innocent Arinaite from the headquarters in Kampala, and Waiswa Ronald, the West Nile Region Zonal Manager, organized the 2 days experience sharing workshop on Monday and Tuesday this week at the Tropical Suites Hotel in Arua City, involving 18 categories of SACCO groups in the region. Innocent Arinaitwe explained the objectives of the workshop as basically intended on sharing experiences on how SACCO groups of different categories from the different districts of West Nile are performing. He says they have embarked on creating social media groups like West Nile M-Yoga Submission Forum, and as well as created for other regions in order to use it as a feedback management system. Arinaitwe added that only the best performing M-Yoga SACCO groups are going to benefit in the next funding, where every M-Yoga SACCO group in the country is supposed to get 20 million shillings.
The purpose of this, I told them in the morning, it's not a training. We've been going to trainings, we sit in the classroom, we wait for break, we go home. You've not interacted with your colleagues, you've not even shared products, you've not known how the other SACCO is performing. But now with this kind of arrangement and engagement, they will have their meetings on their specific tables, and as the ayah said, I never wanted to break those news from now, but at the end of the meeting, we shall have 18 leaders who will be on the West Nile sub-region forum. And that forum will be engaging for to see what the dialysis you are saying. West Nile, the yoga is not performing very well. We shall work through that forum and network. Because we have the same at district level, every district is having its forum. We shall use those forums as a feedback management system for a network that will help us know how best can we make a yoga vibrant in West Nile. Going back to the 20 million, I had earlier told my colleagues, money is there, every example we get. The president and the minister was clear, but we are saying the best performing first.
The Deputy Resident City Commissioner of Arua City, Ntumwa, is appealed to all the concerned stakeholders to fight the challenges that are hampering the booming of M-Yoga programs, such that by 2040, as the government has stated, each and every citizen of Uganda should be in the money economy. A reason why President Museveni initiated the idea of M-Yoga to drive faster into achieving the target.
We need to make sure that we benefit from this program. You all know that the target of government and the president in particular was not rather at least these people. He was talking about the 6 to 8 households that we are still living in subsistence kind of production, to also get some capital, some money to move away from that to market production. And not only the market, but creating jobs. Because when you produce at a slightly larger scale, there is an assumption that you create a job somewhere. So that was the main objective government wanted. You run away from producing for the stomach only, but you also produce for the market, but at the same time, you create market. So that by 2040, that was the vision. All Ugandans are able to have money in their pockets. That was the target. So I want to agree that there were challenges, but we can fight these challenges and get out of poverty using this very, very, very program.
While making his remarks during the workshop, the Deputy Resident City Commissioner for Arua District, Hamza Milizama, said that the Myoga programs are not doing well in West Nile region, and he challenged whoever disagrees with this statement to produce their evidence, and he produces his own to prove the truth on what he said. He lamented that so many Myoga beneficiaries have failed to account for the monies they have borrowed.
The Myoga in West Nile is not doing well. You will either agree or disagree. When you disagree with me, you will give your evidence, then I will tell you my evidence. There are so many people who have failed to account the money they have taken.
Myoga, a presidential initiative which was launched in August 2019, has registered little success in only a few districts of Uganda, with majority districts recounting worse experiences where most beneficiaries are said to have disappeared after borrowing the monies. Farish Majid, Osuta Yusuf, West Nile Television, NILECAST.
And more in our stories. Drunkards and the proprietors of Bamboo Bar in Nivasel, Awindiri Ward under Arua City arrested and handed over to the police an armed robber who had put the bar attendants on gunpoint and demanded for their money. The matter, which occurred around 4 a.m., is being investigated by the police in Arua City, and the suspect has been charged with aggravated robbery and illegal possession of a gun. Take a look.
When he was there, he claimed that he had his friends who were surrounding the bar, and that he entered from behind where the toilets are. I think there's a loophole there, there's an opening there. He used that opening to enter into the bar, and he was alone. So after putting everyone on gunpoint, he ordered them to collect the money in the drawer. He even ordered the manager to pack the whiskeys and the expensive spirits which were there. So as the manager was trying to do that, he was cooking his brain on how he could jump on this man. So shortly, as the man was taken up by following up the money and so on, he decided to jump on him, grabbed him with the weapon. Then all other people also came into so as to support the manager. So when others came and gave him support, the man was disarmed. Of course, he tried to discharge 2 bullets in the air in order to scare off these people, but they were so courageous. They handled him until when the gun was removed off from his hands. Gun which was stolen from Starbucks on 21st July, and this happens to be the very gun which was stolen at petrol station.
And more in our stories. Over 50 sub-county stakeholders engaged in a learning and feedback meeting to avert bush burning in the communities of Moyo District, organized by the Northern Uganda Resilience Initiative. Okumu Dominic reports.
The learning and feedback meeting organized by Northern Uganda Resilience Initiative (NURI) brought in over 50 sub-county stakeholders to learn and share their views on the findings of the organization in relation to bush burning in the district, especially during dry season. The meeting brought in sub-county chairpersons, sub-county chiefs, sub-county community development officers, and sub-county agricultural officers who shared their views and recommendations on how to avert the rampant bush burning in the district during dry season.
October 2016, which cuts across many issues, but specifically the issue of environmental conservation was there, where there is also a fine which was put. If you are caught doing so, you will pay exceeding 2 current points, that is 40,000, or imprisonment of not exceeding 3 months. When you look at the findings in Meto and Moyo sub-county, I think these ones cut across. Those are the same challenges we are facing in all these sub-counties. My way forward is, we need to enforce the bylaws which are in place. And secondly, those sub-counties who are not having bylaw should also try to come up with a bylaw. Thank you very much.
Honey hunters came one of the least causes of fire. This similar observation have ever done it in Adjumani and also in the Meto and Mati sub-counties. You will realize communities which are much engaged in beekeeping rarely set fires because they know and value their bee farming. And to me, one of the key strategies is to employ this to promote beekeeping as an alternative source of income to vegetation cover and tree. We have adequate forests for our bees, and bee farming thrives very well in such areas. So in our upcoming projects, if we can promote agriculture as an alternative source of income into this community, then they will begin to value the neighboring ecosystem and their environment. They know they earn a living from it, and eventually they will stop issues of bush burning. Because we may say that it's lack of awareness, but I know most of the people know. They might not know the law or the ordinance, but they know the dangers of bush burning. That's why they're able to give those information to me.
Mr. Olima George Vuzi, the District Natural Resource Officer, Moyo, said once a person is caught burning bush, he or she will be convicted to serve 7 years in prison.
So, if you set fire and you are convicted, the court will tell you to go to prison for 7 years maximum. That is section 2 of that article. Now, it is all upon us to educate and sensitize our communities about the danger of fire. Specifically for this program, I know it is a feedback workshop. But my anticipation is the findings you will present through your study will be no different from the perception of these people, of myself, of the community. I want to imagine that situation already.
During the meeting, Nuri presented their findings, majorly some of the major causes of bush burning in the communities to the stakeholders, and among the causes were the need for regeneration of pasture for their animals, hunting activities, land preparation, charcoal burning, intentional or deliberate burning, among others, were also raised in the finding. Mr. Bayo Joel, the coordinator Climate Smart Agriculture for Moyo, Obongi and Adjumani under Nuri, urged the stakeholders to use food forest in schools to sensitize the children about the dangers of bush burning so that they can grow up with the idea of conserving the environment.
We have food forests under the Nuri program in schools, and the experience I can tell you is that
a lot is going on in these schools. Children are taking interest in planting trees and maintaining trees. We can use that as a platform to sensitize our children, because a parent that is already elderly, it's very difficult sometimes to change the mindset. But a child, you can groom a child to be what he is. The reason that's why today we've invited strategic stakeholders and partners is because we can approach this from that perspective. We can create even in our curriculum, like in our schools, environment, because there's also environment clubs, right? In schools. This can also be as a platform to teach our children that bush burning is a very big, a gross danger to us. The reason that's why they're planting trees is to conserve the environment where we live. So this means the environment that we're conserving needs to be protected from bushfires. That is how we can move on.
Honorable Asosi JB Sam, the Secretary for Finance and Production, Moyo District Local Government, who also doubled as the chief guest in the meeting, said as the stakeholders fight to avert bush burning, they should know that once they succeed with the fight, it will improve productivity in the district.
I want to say that when we are fighting bush fire, if we are through with this, definitely we are also going to improve our level of production. Because while bush fire actually also cause problem in our soil, as we fight, we sensitize communities about effects of bush fire. Let us also mobilize our people to plant more trees. We should not focus on these other trees planted, we call it the natural trees in the bushes. What about the ones we have? Some people have enough land. They can't cultivate the entire land. They can use part of that land for tree planting. Let it go concurrent.
The stakeholders, after deliberating on the findings, agreed to enact bylaws and use all the available platforms to sensitize the community members about the dangers of bush burning, arrest those who deliberately go against the bylaws, and plant more trees so as to conserve the environment. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu reporting from Moyo.
And more in our stories. Nebi Anglican Diocese eulogized the founder of the chosen evangelical revival, late Jersam Oponjiru, commonly known as CER in Nebi Catholic Diocese. Jersam Oponjiru started his journey of no return after he succumbed to high blood pressure and diabetes on the 14th of August 2023 in Nebi General Hospital. Alfred Jawok reports.
There was a moment of sorrow at St. Paul Church of Uganda, Mvogo, this afternoon as mourners gathered to say goodbye to late Gersom Oponjiru, the founder of Chosen Evangelical Revival, commonly known as CER in Nebi Anglican Diocese. Gersom Oponjiru started his journey of no return after he succumbed to high blood pressure and diabetes on 14th August 2023 at Nebi General Hospital. Meanwhile, the Dean St. Stephen Cathedral, Goli, Venerable Ephraim Jagen Aliana, who was the main celebrant during the burial this afternoon, noted that Gersom fought a good fight as he was one of the founders of Chosen Evangelical Revival CER in Nebi Anglican Diocese since 1973. Jagen further challenged Christians to continuously renew their faith to overcome temptations in a modern world, as many Christians are taken by worldly desires.
Enda tawalla ko wonne lu sen ngewa nitu ya fo do ma to go nitu ya fo rika sele be wade me samu ko wan matal du Kristo eni samu ko tu Kristo de wadi pro sala da mo ko ge ja Kristo ma ko sidi wane Ja yisu ma kusiti wane. Sa mo ko wuto siti wa wo do gusende. Man ga isi safari. Inyo ni wingario, ino gingario, safari ni tusi. Iwo to be listen di dano mo ko nge kidwa de. Lema me sendugi. Akwa mo be sa mo pa mo leng. Ma be yeri ju Filipi. Tindu yeri ju Filipi ko to yeru iwa. Ni agwiwa si ko ma wili ko gimingewa. Gimingewa ginuti. Adegi deti. Komira de ginuti. Yeru nying de ginuti. Apote de ginuti. Tarwan de gitie. Ukwo de gitie. Ese kiki minge wa pano ni wasimaisa na uyo wili kume. Rabe neno bero kwa Mungu. Mamungu besiku timu ya. Manaka kipu mabere timu kukisa. Kama bewe kuki. Ya Kristo. Kino Mungu kitu wadu mpoi mingoma eni. Mungu wiki kutelembe. Kwa nelembe Mungu mangai kimotu Mungu kwa peri. Mafuri wii besiku wilu kume. Ilo kidoki sinima kukikendu.
Zephaniah Tokui Paul, 84 years, who welcomed the chosen evangelical revival in Zombo district from Ngwedo, Bulisa district, said that late Garson played a fundamental role in preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ using rudimentary tools for praising God.
Gerson eni obedo kurebe git kometie nera mawakwa wako giti pelida lakeni shile kumlembe pa Mungu emaro git maisa maisha wabedo kutishi matek ma milembe pa Mungu majuluongo group nenya chosen evangelical revival UCER ebedo jatel wish maber mane konyo dhano mangema pol makwom gibiru yode watiyo kogeni tundo shil karik ni kadri yitemori Kongo kuyabu kanisa mangema tung kushade shilma eduogo ebedo keni samagi enwang kabedo gibedo loka yongwedo yurime samagi duogo keni mo ebedo kogiene doke ai edoke miyo shil ngom migi made kusha manwang ginwango magikoi geye kumdongi duogi wesinal kuni kitishi pa Mungu ikanisa misha shofiganda kusha bera pari mebedo katimo kuni emaro kanisa mane timo rupa bende tishi pa Mungu yori kanisa kubera kugin ma Mungu nyuto ni amako jotem kitishi pa Mungu shilma tuo ma eni binu make tuo sukari bedo kasende shilmo sendo wat kume birundi dupa kuma sendi ma eni shilma tin ebine gamu Mungu gamu iye kwa pare ma eweko Mungu ngo pima eni wafoyo Mungu ditwek Mungu ujol.
Garson Oponjiru died at the age of 79 and survived to a widow and 6 children, grandsons and daughters. He was laid to rest today at his ancestral home, Mvogo Village, Paida Town Council, Goli Central Archdiaconry, Nebi Anglican Diocese. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
viewer, you're most welcome to the sports news only on West Nile Television. My name is Ukumiringa Christine, filling in for Owen Ezaga. Now let's dive straight into the news that has made the sports news. Gulu District, through the Ministry of Education and Sports, supported clubs and schools in the district with sporting materials. The district has handed over the 40 footballs and netballs to different schools and sporting clubs in the district, and this was done from Gulu District Council Hall. The district believes that by promoting sporting activities among the youth, they will be helping out to fight crime in the district. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports.
Leaders in Gulu District applauded the Ministry of Education and Sport for supporting the district with sporting materials. This 30 football and 50 netball is believed to be helping the district in fighting crime.
This is going to help us as leaders and as Gulu District in the sense that our youth will be fully engaged in play activities. They will not be going for drinking joints. They will not be going for discos, but they will be having competitions that will promote their talents, that will promote their health, that will also promote their social life.
Sarah Adong, a female football coach who is majorly supported by her husband, says this new football will support the team in their next game.
Sometimes the district can help me. Sometimes I bought ball for my team with my money. If I get little money, I beg my husband. My husband is a good husband, by the way. He cannot refuse me to went to the ball.
Despite having good football pitch, Paibona Seed School was sharing football with Paibona Primary School. And this little support by the district has raised the hope of the school to join national competition next year.
I hope this is going to help us kickstart games in the school, because since we established the school, we have never got the opportunity to start any game, both for the girls and the boys. But I think with this, the boys and girls have been asking for the football and netball. I think they are going to be very excited, and we shall now start playing seriously. And next year, we hope to compete. Even this year, we hope to compete in the World Cup.
Gulu District Sport Officer Ujara Sande Braxton says this support by government of Uganda is meant to promote sport in the district.
The status of sporting activities, including football, it is not bad, it is improving. If I may say, looking at the performance at the district level, the regional level and the national level, we are in a better state, but we still promise to enhance and make it much better.
Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILECAST.
And with that sports news and sports highlights, dear viewer, we've come to the end of the NILECAST on West Nile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the NILECAST to the end of the NILECAST, only on West Nile Television. Please stay